father found out I was thugging, do you believe me when I tell you you the one I'm loving? Are you mad cause I'm asking you 21 questions? Are you my soulmate? Cause if so, girl, you a blessing. Do you trust me enough to tell me your dreams? I'm staring at you trying to figure how you got in them jeans. If I was down, would you say things to make me smile? I treat you how you wanna be treated, just teach me how. If I was with some other chick and someone happened to see, and when you asked me about it, I said it wasn't me, would you believe me or up and leave me? How deep is our bond if that's all it takes for you to be gone? We only humans, girl, we make mistakes to make it up, I do whatever it takes. I love you like a fat kid love cake. You know my style, I say anything to make you smile.
What's up, my peoples? How y'all doing today? Yes, I'm back for another episode. I'm gonna fill y'all brains up today. I hope everybody's doing good on this Monday afternoon. It's cold outside. Cold out there, but I love it. This is my weather. You heard? I hope you had a good weekend. Start your week off fresh. Yes, start this week off fresh. But first, I want to give thanks to my God for waking me up this morning. Give thanks to my God for giving me another day to reach out to my people. I'm blessed. I'm always blessed. Without you, I'm nothing. With you, I'm everything. I hope y'all having a good day. Before we get started, we got some things I need to talk about. But before I talk about that, I want to give a big shout out to my nephew, Quinn Fleeting. The Windsor High Warriors in Connecticut head football coach. First year of coaching, took over for his pops. Rob Fleeting, he took over for his pops. So Quinn is his first year coaching. I'm happy for him. Won a state championship this weekend. Yes, I'm very proud of you, nephew. I'm very proud of you, man. We got many more to come, brother. You're a great coach. When the kids start to believe in what you got put forth on the table, your blueprint, when they start believing that, you know you're on to something good. So great job, Quinn, on winning the state championship. I'm very proud of you. All right, so now I want to talk about something very important. Intellectual gods. If a lot of people are very intellectual individuals, filled with intelligence, promises of great education, but a lot of intellectual gods they were born with great intellect, and it's become rare. And it's only become rare because a lot of intellectual guys are afraid to speak. They looked upon as crazy, narcissists, and they have a negative uh, stigma put on them because when they speak, you don't understand it. The average person wouldn't even understand, what they're saying because when we were coming up at school, they didn't teach us a lot of things, and a lot of us don't even read. So when you hear an intellectual God speak, you think they're crazy, and they are afraid to speak now. And I find myself having conversations with people, and I don't consider myself an intellectual God, but I read. And, I have these conversations with people, and I don't look down on them. I don't look down on anyone because I wouldn't want a person that knows slightly more than what I know to look down on me. You know, this is why we have to teach each other and learn from each other. But that's different from an intellectual God. You know, that person is just here like a genius, and they just having a basic conversation with you all the while they're trying to teach you and uplift you. But a lot of them don't want to speak anymore because, it's just a sad thing, and a lot of that stems from, complex and social and psychological dynamics, not a literal fear of divine being perceived, reluctant to discuss faith is often attributed to the challenges of reconciling intellectual rigor with dogmatic belief systems. And then you get that social pressure, um, and a focus on empirical evidence. Now, what does that mean? You know, is a critical thinking of others that makes you intelligent. I spoke about critical thinkers before on one of my podcasts. A lot of us just have basic thoughts. We are content with the information that's given to us. We are so content with that. 12 years of school, didn't learn nothing. They don't teach you nothing. And, I think I had more education from when I graduated high school than I did in 12 years of school. I really believe that. I learned so much after graduating high school. Even going to college and all of that stuff is, all you doing is retaining information, right? That's all you doing is retaining the information that they give you so that you can take that test and you pass it. You become, you get your associates and your bachelors and all of that, your PhD and all that. Just all it is retaining information. I find after I graduated high school, it's the type of information that you put inside here. It's not just any information. Information that's going to help you through your everyday life. So you have intellectual gods that understand that whole concept. So they go and they study things to enlighten you and to enlighten themselves, that put them on a different plateau. Their intelligence make them intellectual gods. But when they speak, people don't understand. And the reaction that they get, it puts them in a dark place. They really don't want to speak publicly. And that is so true. And I talk about it all the time. The simplest, negative, foolish things get more attention than a person that's speaking with quality education, right? If I'm talking about twerking and I'm talking about the Diddy situation and I'm talking about Mac B coming home from prison, and how he, went buying gold chains, and I'm talking about 50 Cent in a documentary, and I'm talking about negative things, that will get more likes on the internet, more attention on the internet, more things on the daily news, the national news, than a person that's actually speaking knowledge. No one wants to hear that, right? So I think that's what's going on in society. The intellectual gods are still on the side of the road because they don't get the love and appreciation and the respect that they deserve. So I just wanted to use this platform to say, come back out we need all the intellectual guys, to start speaking up, to start giving knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to give consciousness back to the people. You know, I love to hear 19 Keys. That's my boy, man. It's another check that podcast out. I like to listen to him. I like to listen to other people that's speaking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding because it makes me articulate myself better. I can sit with a group of people that want to talk about sex and talk about girls and talk about bagging them or talk to another group of people that's talking about the street life, how they hustle and how much money they made and how many people they done shot. But when you put yourself in a circle or in front of somebody have an intellectual, that's an intellectual God, they have the mindset and the wisdom and the consciousness to help you grow as a person spiritually, mentally, emotionally, that feeds you knowledge, that feeds you things that can make you a better person. You know what I'm saying? That make you feel good about yourself as an individual. You look at the world and the daily life differently. You see things that you usually wouldn't see because you didn't know it was there. That's what an intellectual God does. It wakes you up. It wakes you up. That's where it comes to this platform. Because I want to put it out there that we need all the intellectual gods back. It's a dark world out there. This AI stuff, they can take what I'm saying now and make me say something completely different. And that's what's going on the internet and social media. Everybody loves the dark, negative garbage. And this AI is helping it all out. They got gorillas talking. I don't know if you've seen that on TikTok and stuff like that. And then our kids are taking all this information in. And it's not the truth. They feed you the negative, the lies, the unrealistic reality of today's society. And that's where our children are getting lost. When your child comes to you and say, "Hey, did you see this, Dad? Did you see this, Mom? Oh my God, that's crazy." And then you look at them, "Do you believe that?" "Yeah, I believe it. It's crazy. You old school. You don't believe nothing about that." But that's what the internet does to you. That's what the present day of social media does. The AI, it feeds the children, not even just children, even grown people. They believe in what they're seeing because they don't read. There's no sense of understanding real literature, real information. This is why it's important we need to bring these intellectual gods back into our society. So I just want to talk about that real quick. How society is so disconnected right now, and there can be a disconnected situation in our everyday life if we don't get these intellectual gods back that can speak and that can show us the truth about the true energy and about our atmosphere and how our environment is changing our mindset. So intellectual gods need to work their way back in here. I'm pushing forward. I'm trying to learn, how to be more articulate and give out more positive information on my platform. because if we don't get back into the basics of learning how to educate ourselves, educate our children, to get them back to reading hardcover book, paperback book. Even if you go to Kindle, they got it online where you can read actual books. Nothing wrong with that. Get your iPad, give it to your child. But to let them play video games all day is really a tragedy that's about to happen. Because in China and all these other countries, they are always 2 steps ahead because they believe in intellect. Their intellectual gods are involved in their lives. And I'm not just aiming at children, I'm aiming at grown people. They can't even spell, man. Like, I've been reading posts on Facebook and Instagram, man. I'm talking about grown people, man, 30, 40, 50, damn near 60 years old. They can't even spell. They can't read. They are totally incompetent. And I'm not saying this to dog nobody out. I'm giving you an example of where we have come as a society. We have gotten away from the basic education. Self-education is very important because what the school won't teach, you teach yourself. I wish I had this mindset 30 years ago. I wish I did. But I'm here. And I'm breathing. And I'm sharing this information to you because what I'm speaking today, I've learned from several people how important to love yourself, how important it is to educate yourself, to research and follow intellectual gods that know what they're talking about. So nobody can look at you and say, that person is not educated. That person don't know nothing. Educate yourself. And intellectual gods, I need you to come back down here. I need y'all to get into these schools, get into these neighborhoods, and start setting up shop. It's that time. The world is changing. It is not changing for the better. And our children and young folks and grown folks and older folks need to have consciousness to understand what's going on around them. My voice, our agenda. Y'all make sure y'all share this video. Share this video. Prayer 69. Like, comment, subscribe. My voice, our agenda. Intellectual God. Come on. Integrity is everything. Either you have it or you don't. Get at me. Thank y'all for supporting my YouTube channel, My Voice, Our Agenda. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure reaching out to y'all. Till next time. One love.